Is there anywhere better for a football enthusiast to be this afternoon than at Goodison Park? Well, good afternoon and welcome to Match of the Day Live for the fifth round FA Cup tie between Everton and Liverpool. And their respective names came out consecutively in the draw, mischievously thrusting the Merseyside giants into yet another major cup confrontation. Remember, Everton beat Liverpool 1-0 in the Littlewoods Cup, and that was at Anfield. Well, this afternoon's star-studded cast, around £15 million of the talent, we estimate, includes 5 England players who splashed through the game in Tel Aviv on Wednesday. 3 from Liverpool and Gary Stevens and Dave Watson from Everton. With me, our guest Terry Venables.
Hello, Jim.
Good afternoon. Welcome to this cauldron of excitement this afternoon. I know we are going to enjoy ourselves here, but first of all, just tell me about those England players in the Liverpool side who caught your eye.
Well, I think McMahon, who's played a little more restricted than he normally does for Liverpool, but I don't think we'll see that sort of McMahon today. He'll be up and down, and he's a good passer of the ball, works tremendously hard, and will score his share of goals. I think Beardsley, although when he first started this year, they seemed a little disappointed in his form, but he's certainly justifying every penny now and doing it marvellously well. John Barnes on the left side, of course, is at a tremendous season. I think
a haircut there, Terry.
I think he has, yeah. I think he's asked for plenty on the floor, I think, there, Jim.
Well, I've had a new styling this week, but not quite like that. One of the
No, but he not only is he a terrific provider of crosses for his front men, he works very, very hard up and down the line, and his individual ability, plus his teamwork now, is making him a very
Let's
good
have a look
all-round
at
player.
let's have a look at the rest of the Liverpool side. There's some unfamiliar names, or less familiar names at the top. Ablett there playing at number 2, probably on the left side. Spackman gets his chance there. Underneath that, just a mass of talent. Right, over to the Everton team. Dave Watson had a steady-ish game.
I thought steady rather than flamboyant, but he certainly didn't do himself any harm at all. He's a very good defender, and he plays very simple. He knows his limitations on the ball and does it very well.
Gary Stevens?
Gary Stevens, I always like to see linking up with his own Trevor Stevens, because I think they've got a great understanding. They tie up defensively the right side and attack very well and provide good service for their front men too.
Trevor Stevens, one of those that is fit this afternoon, fit again.
Yes, that's right.
And the old warrior himself.
The old warrior is
Peter.
right. I mean, if you can, as much respect as you can have for a player, I have for him. I think that not only is he a great motivator and he spurs all his other teammates along, he's a great performer, good passer, and always on. He's one of those players you can find in the dark, Jim, you know what I mean?
And also fighting for a place in that England party. It's getting a bit crowded in midfield.
Well, there's a lot of competition there, but you cannot rule Peter Reid out.
The 162nd Merseyside derby in League and Cup. It all started here at Goodison back in 1894, would you believe? And after all those years, it's Liverpool 61 wins, Everton 54. Only 7 between them. And what you can never better anywhere else in the country, maybe in the world, is the crowd involvement on a day like this. Liverpool in red, left to right, venison forward. Up goes Poynton with Van den Hauwe, number 9, Houghton. Van den Hauwe's in the middle of the defence for Everton these days because Ratcliffe, the captain, is still out with a groin injury. Here's Nicol, who's in the middle of the Liverpool defence for similar reasons because Gillespie's out. Ablett at left back wearing 2. Poynton at left back for Everton. Snowden. Nicol. Number 5, Nigel Spackman. Venison. Aldridge chasing. Back by Poynton. You can see what I mean about the crowd. They absolutely savour these occasions. Heath goes in on... Oh, well, that was Poynton on Spackman. The first late challenge in the middle of the field. In fact, the referee, John Martin, has never taken charge of a Merseyside derby before. He has taken Spurs Arsenal, but he was saying before the kick-off, this is bound to be something different, and believe me, it is. Venison with the free kick. Sharp. Heath. And they wanted it wide then. Trevor Stephen was free. McMahon. Barnes. Offside, Aldridge. Barnes' new haircut makes him a ringer for Lloyd Honeyghan, Trevor.
I'm not sure he's got such a good left hook as Lloyd Honeyghan, but certainly it caught everyone by surprise when he came out, didn't it? I didn't see him beforehand, and certainly you could hear gasps of amazement.
Sharp is up for this. So is Stephen. That was Ablett's header out. Back in by Stevens. Heath. Stephen! First shot. Trevor Stephen only passed a fitness test a few hours before the kick-off. Beardsley. Houghton. Three the other way for Liverpool. Beardsley, Aldridge and Barnes all waiting. Beardsley. Barnes. And he took it out. And it's not looking good for the Everton player coach. He pulled it looked as though it might be a thigh, and he's wandering across towards the bench, and Everton here will be keeping their fingers crossed for this influential player. John Clinkard, the physiotherapist, is down there with him. The substitutes, by the way, are Bracewell and Harper for Everton, Mulvey and Johnston for Liverpool. But with only 10 men now, Everton suddenly find that period of attacking is stemmed by an injury to Reed. Venison forward instead for Liverpool. Offside, Aldridge. Offside. And Reed signals that he's going to come back on. Frantic stuff out there, and deafening up here. This is Reed. Away by Nicoll, only to Heath. Adrian Heath, shot! Didn't get hold of it.
Well, it was a good opportunity, but the significant factor was Peter Reed, who collapsed in agony when he played the original ball into the penalty area, and I don't think he's going to stay on.
And they're going to bring Reed off. It looked like it from the moment he first pulled up. 20 minutes gone in the Merseyside FA Cup tie. 0-0, and Reed is going towards the touchline even as play goes on. And he can complete the journey now. And on comes Bracewell to a fantastic ovation. It's sad about Reed, that's true, but this lad has been through so much that the crowd appreciate. This is, for him, a great moment. Everton will be quite pleased now. They played that CMOD Cup game in midweek against Luton because Bracewell had his first 90 minutes there and proved to Colin Harvey he was fit for a game like today. So it's 0-0, and it's Trevor Stephen for Everton. Halfway through the first half, Nicoll was the header. Heath. Powers in a great position here, a brilliant position, and Liverpool were nowhere near him. If you've tuned in late, you haven't missed any goals. But John Aldridge is doing his best here against Watson, and Southall was fouled in the opinion of the referee. Sharp. Heath. Power. Sharp. Heath goes again. Power. Didn't fall for Everton at the end. McMahon's done an awful lot of good work on the edge of his own penalty area. Perhaps suggesting that Everton have had the better of things, certainly territorially. Power there again. Heath. Poynton. But the ball in at the end. been fairly disappointing. Barnes. Ablett into Barnes again. Now he's got too many blue shirts in front of him. McMahon. Got it back from Beardsley. Now, can they stay onside? No.
It is really the classic stalemate, isn't it? You know, both sets of midfield players tended to say goal side not running forward, making sure they're not going to get caught out, and it really is the Derby atmosphere without the goal. We need a breakthrough, really, otherwise it's going to just be a cancelling out situation.
Perfect summing up by Trevor Brooking just before the half-time whistle, because that's exactly what's happened. The two teams have just countered everything the other has done. Peter Reid went off after 20 minutes with an injury and was replaced by Bracewell, but apart from a header by Paul Power, there wasn't much goal-mouth action to trouble the keepers. And as the teams come off at half-time, the situation in this FA Cup fifth round Merseyside derby is as it has been many times down the years, very tight, very tense, but the score is Everton 0, Liverpool 0. It's the view from the opposite side of the ground, which we're able to give you today. If this match was a draw, incidentally, which has been hinted at by now, the replay would have to wait until Monday week, because Everton's Littlewood semi-final against Arsenal at Highbury takes precedence this coming Wednesday. That's the second leg, with Arsenal leading 1-0, so it's a critical few days for Everton here. You see Colin Harvey on the back there, on the bench, and Peter Reid just coming out to join them now. Sorry, obviously, that he can't take part in combat from now on. Here's his replacement, Bracewell. Boynton. Forward by Steve Nicol. And back by Dave Watson. Well, Liverpool are playing with the sun in their eyes now. Backheeled by Beardsley. Sharp to Bracewell. Dummy by Beardsley, has it let Aldridge in? Free kick, Vandenhauw. Well, there was a flash of genius there, which Vandenhauw had to step in and avert, really. The imagination came from Beardsley, number 7, who dummied and allowed Aldridge to latch onto the pass. It's indirect because the offence was obstruction. So Barnes can't curl it straight in, even if he wanted to. Gary Ablett standing behind him. But what he can do, Ablett, is tap the ball maybe to Barnes, which he did. Stephen now, outside in his Bracewell. Heats there, Powers there, and Sharp's in the middle too. Snowden. Well, at least it was an effort on goal. We haven't seen too many of those. Maybe that'll inspire Liverpool to come forward. Certainly it's inspired Steve Nicol. Venison. Watson getting a bit mixed up with Vandenhauw. Beardsley. There's a lovely story in the programme today talking about cars of Merseyside derbies in days gone by, and back in the 50s, Ronnie Moran, the Liverpool coach, was a player in one of the derbies, and tells how he went home on the tram with all the supporters. How times have changed. Liverpool won 4-0 that day. 0-0 today. Trevor Steven. Barnes is with him, and Steven was hoping for a corner. He'll only get a throw. Sharp and Watson waiting in hope. Steven. And again, and a chance here for Dave Watson. Charged down, and just for a moment, there was daylight in the Liverpool penalty area. So, 15 minutes gone in the second half of this Merseyside derby. The FA Cup 5th round coming to you live from Goodison Park. Everton 0, Liverpool 0. Hansen with Heath, and away by Nicol. Well, I'm afraid there's not a great deal of style or shape about it just at present. There's plenty of endeavour. Hansen to Ablett. Gary Stevens in the way. Trevor Steven helping out. John Barnes winning it back. Spackman. Aldridge. Oh, Houghton, who allowed Aldridge to collect it, then went for a return, which might well have come off on another day. On by Sharp, Heath and Nicol, and this time the free kick goes against Adrian Heath, who's having a rather frustrating time against this defence. Houghton on the chase, pointing the defender. Well, he wouldn't ideally have done that. Liverpool have a corner, taken quickly, Beardsley. McMahon, that was a good effort from distance through a crowd of players, so Southall had to be aware, and was. Not much to over-concern Bruce Grobbelaar or Neville Southall. Barnes. Ablett. Ablett on Sharp. Stevens to take the kick. Watson facing him, Sharp with his arm up. Power further over. Watson's in. Heath. Needed a second bite at that. Adrian Heath.
I feel he should have had a shot there, actually. He tried unselfishly to square it, but as you see, as the cross comes in fact, he gets a little touch on, he chests it, and that's the time to hit it, but he chested it again, and then the opportunity was lost. And certainly, I think, as he first chested it down as it was dropping, he should have hit it then.
Snowden, Sharp, Nicol doing well again. This is Steven, this is Barnes though. McMahon, Spackman, wide to Venison, but Liverpool have only got two men up really. Barnes is still making his way over the halfway line. Beardsley, he's on the wing now though. Or as near as he's been to the wing. Aldridge coming in. And covering header by Poynton for the corner. Beardsley coming towards the near post. Back in by Ablett. Here is Beardsley. Beardsley still. Oh. Well, I suppose he was aiming at John Aldridge on the far post. But like so much in this Merseyside derby, is amounted to absolutely nothing. Poynton. Now can Sharp release Stephen? That's probably the best ball of the game. Snowden's in the penalty area, so is Heath, so is Sharp. Oh, it went over all of them. Power came in and Grobbelaar's grabbed it.
Graham Sharp plays into Trevor Stephen there. He's got plenty of time to look up for the cross. Just floats it over, and Paul Power comes in very late with a very brave header. And Bruce Grobbelaar sees it again late himself, and it took a real stretch to get to the ball.
I think it was Poynton actually there, Trevor, to be fair. Trevor Stephen certainly got a good cross in, and Poynton arrived unexpectedly from the back, as you can see here, and Grobbelaar made a good save, and Poynton was injured in the process.
Good save by Bruce Grobbelaar, because he didn't see it until late.
Here's Beardsley. And again. Heath. Well played, good return by Beardsley. Aldridge is there, Houghton's there! It's a goal for Liverpool! And the man who scored it is the man playing in his first ever derby. Ray Houghton, from a John Barnes cross, sneaks in to score. And out of almost nothing, Liverpool are in the lead, and that's the old-fashioned bit of wing play we've been screaming for all afternoon, and when the cross comes in, the perfect header, and Liverpool are in front. Well, 76 minutes, and here's Heath for Everton. Well, would you believe it? They say the occasion gets to players. It's his first ever experience of a Liverpool-Everton match. And he's the man, Houghton, who sent those supporters sky high with delight. Well, Liverpool beaten only once in 32 matches before today have certainly silenced the Everton supporters, and there's going to be a substitution. Paul Power will go off, and he'll be replaced by Alan Harper. You'll Never Walk Alone echoing around Goodison Park, and Everton really in a corner here. Up goes Watson. Back a good ball. Poynton to Stevens. It's Stephen. Watson and Sharp are waiting in the middle. Snowden's there too. Hansen, Snowden. Hansen. Watson. What a scramble. Heath's still in there. So is Big Dave Watson there. The header's going away from Sharp, though, to Houghton, the goal scorer. it should make for an exciting last few minutes, because Everton have no alternative really but to take a risk or two now.
You mentioned them taking a risk, and Alan Harper, who's come on, has now slotted into the back four actually, and they pushed Dave Watson up to add that extra man.
Well, are Liverpool going to keep their all-conquering run going? This is the man who supplied the cross, John Barnes. That's a good little ball. Spackman out to Houghton. Aldridge coming towards the near post. Spackman's in there as well. It's Gary Stevens heading it away, and somewhat panicky back there now. It's gone out for another corner from Vanden Hauwe. In the last 10 minutes, Liverpool lead 1-0. McMahon. And still. Ablett. Well, the Liverpudlians anxiously whistling ahead of time. Everton hoping the game will go on for a bit yet. Heath. Bracewell. Here's Stevens. Doesn't look as though it's going to be Everton's day, does it?
Probably just had to hurry his shot there. The ball from Paul Bracewell probably half a yard short of him, giving him a little bit more time to run onto, and he just snatched it, put it wide of the near post.
Looks as though it's the Liverpool bench who will be celebrating in about a couple of minutes' time. But we're coming in fact up to the end of the 90. Aldridge. Barnes and Stephen forward by Ablett. And we now have entered the time that the referee may add on for stoppages. Everton 0, Liverpool 1. Forward by Ablett. Hansen checking sharp. He's had to do so at the expense of a corner. Now then, last-minute goals have seemed to happen in Everton Cup ties recently. Could there be one here? Could there be one here? Watson's up. Vanden Hauwe is there. Sharp's on the near post. Vanden Hauwe in the crowd. Corner again. They're still whistling anxiously in the crowd, the Liverpool supporters. Played short. Stevens. Robillard coming with Snowden. Beautifully caught by the Liverpool goalkeeper. Robillard's calm temperament, a great aid to Liverpool in that crowded position. And that's it. Liverpool are through to the 6th round. Their second double is still a possibility. Ray Houghton's goal enables them to defeat their nearest and fiercest rivals, and Everton are left to reflect on another competition ended, and they must now go to Highbury on Wednesday and try and keep their season alive in the Littlewoods Cup. But for these supporters, what celebrations. Trevor Brooking, did they deserve it?
Well, perhaps it looked like a game that neither side were going to win, and that there was going to be a replay and another saga, and then suddenly a quality movement. John Barnes played it to Beardsley, got the return, whipped in the cross, and a great header by Ray Houghton, and possibly on the day it needed something like that, because no space at all for the midfield, both defences very tight, and certainly possibly a little bit of surprise when the goal did come. But that is Liverpool this season. They do have that creativeness when it's needed. They battled when they needed to today, and a great result. Not one of the prettiest games they've played, but in the end they're in the hat for tomorrow.